What's up, fellas? Oh man, had a loyal patron supporter that wanted me to talk about why have marriage rates dropped so much, or why do I think marriage rates have dropped so much? Oh man, a whole bunch of reasons. Whole bunch of reasons. Let's get into this right now. All right, guys, right off the bat, let's just call it. Number one reason, in my opinion, guys, is family court. I bet you right now, if you got rid of alimony and as far as kids go, you had joint custody, I guarantee you the marriage rates will start going up today. If right now the Supreme Court said no more alimony, and as far as child custody, child support goes, we're going to do joint custody. So essentially eliminating child support, right? Even though I do know some guys get joint custody and still has to pay child support, right? So you know that's a bunch of bullshit. How the hell I get these little snotty nosed motherfuckers half the damn time and I still gotta give her money to pay on child support when I got them half the damn time? But anyway, well, we'll talk about that later. The family court. The family court. Feminists has bought this on women. They push all these laws through. You know, sometimes, guys, when we as a society, we pass laws or we do things without thinking about the long-term consequences. Or maybe we did, but, you know, we didn't think of this. Okay, guys? And so this kind of reminds me of what the people in China, when they was trying to keep the population down because they had too many goddamn citizens and stuff, where they had the one child birth thing, and so usually that was the son, and now those poor guys over there ain't got no women. All right, it's only like 10 guys to every girl because they had that one child policy, all that. Like these people, they ain't think of that. And now here we is all these years later, and you got all these lonely ass men over there who can't get a goddamn woman, right? And so, because ain't the girl population is way down, right? And so the family court thing is one of those things that they pass all these laws not thinking like, hey, you know, men might start getting married, right? And so men stopped getting married a while ago, right? So then they like, okay, these motherfuckers being slick. Okay, common law. If they live together. Now dudes like they don't want to live together. So now they trying to do something now. Follow me now. Y'all heard about this guy, right? This millionaire guy in Canada who his girl, and it's a soccer player, somebody here who's getting sued that didn't live with the woman, wasn't married to the woman or none of that, but the woman said she was his cohabitation partner, even though they didn't live together. And she's suing him now. And the guy in Canada actually lost the case and he has to pay alimony. So you know what this gonna cause, right? If they keep this shit up, it's gonna cause, well, a guy's gonna be like, okay, you date girl one time and don't see her for a month. Like, they need to understand that men are not stupid. We're gonna keep evolving. They keep passing these stupid ass laws. They done went from guys didn't want to get married to now guys don't even live with a motherfucker. They keep trying to pass a law now where they get a woman get alimony if y'all was in a relationship for a long time, even if y'all didn't live together. Motherfucking guys gonna be like, okay, I see you a week, skip 2 weeks. I see you a week, skip 2 weeks. Like, the more stupid ass laws they pass, the more they essentially gonna kill relationships altogether. Okay, guys? Now, full disclosure. I am perfectly fine with alimony. I know that might shock some of you guys. I am perfectly fine with alimony in the right situation. For women, if I got married, which would never happen, but let's just play along. Let's role play for a second. If I got married to a woman, and y'all guys know it, I told y'all guys, it would probably more than likely be a professional woman. All right? That's not a deal breaker, but that's my preference. Okay? You know, like women in a whole, I want a man 6'5" type shit. Yeah, it's my preference. I know men are not allowed to have preferences, but that's my fucking preference. And so if I married a woman And I convinced her to give up her career, say she was a lawyer or aspiring police officer who's trying to move up in the ranks. And I said, hey, I want you to give up your career and I want to have kids and I want you to raise my kids. And she gave up her career and we have a divorce one day and she gave up her career. It's 10 years down the road. This woman ain't worked in 10 years. I done furthered my career. I have no problem with alimony in that situation. I think most of you men don't either. The situation most of us men run into is premarital assets. See, now we got a problem. See, there's a problem. Or what, the bitch ain't have a career to give up. Yeah, bitch, you was working at dentist. Yeah, you gave up your big aspiring career at fucking dentist. Give me a fucking break. Like if you ask a woman who has a professional career to say, hey, I want you to stay at home, raise the kids. I don't want to be leaving my kids every day with a stranger. I want you to give up your career. You be the home taker and you do all the kids stuff and stuff like that. Take care of the kids at home. I'm going to go out and be the breadwinner. And you gave up an aspiring career. I have no problem with that. But bitch, if you was making $8 an hour as a secretary, give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. Okay? Or unemployed. Okay? Let's even go to premarital assets. Okay? I had this 401k going long before I met your ass. Why do I got to give you half of my fucking 401k? Bitch, we married 3 years ago. I've been working on this 401k for 15 years. I met your ass. We got married 3 years ago. How exactly does that entitle you to half of my 401k? If we want to, you get half of my 401k from 3 years ago, I can go with that. But bitch, you ain't had shit to do with this other goddamn 12 years. Okay? So, and some of you guys might not agree with that, and that's fine. I'm a fair guy. I'm a fair guy. Say what y'all guys want to say with me. I'm a right is right, wrong is wrong type person. I'm the type of guy that you could be my best friend and you could get into it with somebody I don't like. And if I hear what happened, and if you wrong, I don't care, you my best friend. I'm going to say you wrong. That's how I operate. That's how I operate. I love LeBron James, but he do some goofy ass shit at times. And I say, LeBron, you wrong. He do goofy shit all the time. He my favorite basketball player. But when he wrong, right? And so I do believe that a man who asks a woman to give up her career, she's entitled to some alimony. I just think that when we go in and divide assets before we got married, I think that's bullshit. I think a bitch that was working at Denny's didn't give up shit. I'm not saying she shouldn't get nothing, right? Because she ain't worked in X amount of years. But bitch, you ain't entitled to have. You gave up your great career at Denny's. Bitch, I saved you. Okay, guys? But anyway, getting back to the thing, family court. Guys are scared as hell of family court. Guys know family court is not fair to men. It's just not. Next, guys, it's expensive. I told you guys, and y'all guys been following me a while. I may not have said this in the video. I think I responded to somebody's comments. Well, I don't know. Maybe I did say it in the video. But I told you guys, I would have got married in my 20s if I had the money. I'm broke, struggling, and make it as is. I ain't got no money to buy no fucking ring. So even if we wanted to do a cheap wedding, right? It just didn't have the money. If I didn't have the money for a good ring, right? I guess I could have got a $1,500 ring or something like that. But it was just too expensive. So if she was somebody that wanted to elope or go to the courthouse, which she wasn't, most women look at marriage as their day, and she certainly did too. I don't think she wanted no Princess Diana wedding, but she didn't want no courthouse wedding either, right? She wanted at least a church wedding or something, right? And we had the money for that. And so I think that if things went back to the way it used to be, where the girl's parents paid for the wedding, I think a lot more people would get married. Marriage, y'all guys got to understand, most people going into marriage, we are trying to build something together and we finna go and spend 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever thousand of dollars on a day. I think that stops a lot of people. And I think if a lot of women gave up these crazy wedding day ideals and just said, hey, you know, I will be very content with something very small in the backyard with family members, I think a lot of guys would get married. But the fact that they look at it as their day and it need to be 25 grand plus, and you're a guy and you got fucking $5,000 in the bank and this bitch is basically expecting you to go into debt for one fucking day, it just don't make sense. And so I think the expenses scares a lot of guys. The financial burden. Next, guys, the average woman isn't wifey material. Let's just call it what it is. Entitlement has taken over America. The average, see guys, the thing with marriage is it's supposed to be a partnership, not worshiping your highness, your majesty. Most women now look at marriage as in, or a relationship in general as in, how am I being served? Any relationship, guys, is supposed to be give and take. The average woman now thinks that, okay, I have the booty, so you need to constantly show me your value. And here's the problem, or your worthiness. And here's the problem with women, why they're not wifey material. As any of you guys know, sex gets old. It's good the first 2-3 months, then it gets old. So most women don't understand that 6 months down the road, if all you're bringing to the table is sex, then you're not wifey material. You're fuck buddy material. What else do you bring? Oh, my bad, I forgot. I am the table. Ain't that what they say? Ain't that what they say? I am the table. Oh, no. They got a new one now. I bring nothing to the table. These bitches, I swear for God, guys, they getting stupid about a day. They're getting stupid about a day. So when you have that mentality, you're not wifey material. Because once the sex gets old, the man is going to start to lose interest, and then you get downgraded to fuck buddy. If most of these women brought more to the table, guys, imagine this right here. Imagine this right here. You had a girl and she cooked a grade A meal for you every Sunday. I'm talking about, now I ain't talking about no damn hamburger helper and no goddamn sloppy joes. I'm talking about a grown man meal. Meatloaf, mashed potatoes, green beans, cornbread. You had something to that effect every Sunday, and then even had a little leftovers to take to work the next day. Imagine, and let's say she did that for you, and I'm talking about a girlfriend now. I'm talking about a girlfriend, not obviously not a girl you date. I'm talking about a strictly girlfriend, right? So a girlfriend you're gonna see more than twice a week. Probably gonna see her like 3 or 4 times a week, right? A girlfriend, right? And so if she cooking for you like that twice a week, nice back rubs, stuff like that, tell me you won't be thinking like, man, this girl here is one in a million. These women don't even understand how to separate themselves apart from the other women. They just think booty is good enough. In effect, they don't know how to bring a man peace. They don't know how to cook. They don't know how to be empathetic. All they know is, I'm the queen, I'm the prize. Well, when you have a I'm the queen, I'm the prize mentality, guys, listen, this is a little promo for a bullshit book. But if y'all guys are looking for a real good laugh, when you get a chance, please go to Amazon and read get the audio book of Not Your Mother's Rules. And please do not listen to this audio book at work, because I don't want you to get fired from outbursts of laughing. I mean, this book is talking about, this is the shit women listen to. This book is telling, don't respond that day, respond to them the next evening. This silly shit. And then you wonder why you're not wife material, doing goofy ass shit like that. This is the shit that women are hearing. And if y'all guys wonder why these books do that, They're based around getting you to chase, not pursue the woman, chase the woman into submission. To you're submissive to her. Your majesty gave me some time. And that's the mentality they have, and then they wonder why they're not wifey material. Next, guys, social media. YouTube, TMZ. Guys, the marriage thing has been going on for years, but it just wasn't in your face the way it is now. Every time some dude get goddamn messed up in court, I wanted to say something else, but I don't want to fuck the video up. Divorce grape, right? TMZ sends me a goddamn notification to my phone. Such and such is ordered to pay $12 million a month in alimony. Now, if I'm seeing that, a lot of guys are seeing that. This shit been going on for years, but it wasn't in our face like this. We just saw what happened to Robin Williams. This shit been going on. This shit go all the way back to Eddie Murphy in the 80s when he got divorced. But now you get notifications on YouTube. You got guys who specifically make this type of content all the time, letting you see it now. So it's no longer one of these situations where guys are unaware of what happens to you when you get married. Now the shit been going on. You just didn't see it the way it's getting seen now. Any of y'all guys, I remember when Michael Jordan got divorced, great. I remember when Hulk Hogan got divorced, great. But when they got divorced, great, they wasn't on these platforms, wasn't out there in your face. At the time, I don't know if it still holds up, Michael Jordan had the largest divorce settlement in history. I think it was like $139 million at the time. I don't know if it changed. I know Robert Johnson got divorced. I think he got divorced and he might have surpassed it. Well, correction, Jeff Bezos, right? So there you go right there, Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos lost billions. So the point I'm trying to say, guys, is it's in our face now. It's no one of these things where guys are ignorant to it. Guys see it now. You see it. TMZ sent me a notification. I am good to get 2 or 3 notifications from TMZ a week about some guy who's got an exorbitant amount of child support to pay or some kind of alimony payment. I get at least 2 or 3 of those every week from TMZ, notifications to my phone. So it's now, guys are, fuck the manosphere waking them up. TMZ woke your ass up. It said you get notifications every other goddamn day. How can you not see it? Next, guys, the 80-20 rule. Just being real, guys, most of you guys are not even seen by women. Now, why is that? Most of you guys are invisible to women. Why is that? Well, guys, the great equalizer for men has always been our ability to provide, right? So let's go back 30 years ago, right? 20, 30 years ago. Women, for the most part, only had bullshit jobs. Of course, you had your professional women. You always had your outliers, right? But by and large, most women didn't have great jobs, by and large. Men were the providers. Now, with women getting more degrees than men, entering the workplace more and more and more, that essentially killed the beta male provider. So if you're a guy right now and you 5'5", and you are average to below average looks and face, but you got your shit together, and by your shit together, I don't mean a millionaire. Just a nice middle class living. So back in the day, if you were a 5'5" guy who had a skill making 50 grand a year, a reliable car in your own crib, you were prime mate to be husband material. Today, with women being in the marketplace, that is no longer needed. So with women essentially now making their own money, that essentially moved the beta male providers out of the marketplace. Because now your providing don't need. Now women still want provider, but now they go for the big providers. So they all now shooting for the big providers. And they all want 6 figures, but that's not the way it used to be. It used to be is if you had a nice steady job, a reliable transportation, and your own place of residence, you were a good mate candidate. Now that's nothing. So now they're all choosing the attractive, tall, rich guys, which don't hurt me none. It works for me, but I'm speaking for the average guy there who is a hardworking brother, blue collar brother. You're not even a candidate for marriage. Most guys, and this is why I stress to you guys about the self-improvement. Guys, this is where we're at now. Don't think I'm changing the narrative. For all you guys who think I'm trying to change the narrative and put the blame on the men, go watch my Why I'm Against the MGTOW movement. I've been saying this shit since I came to YouTube, so don't think that I'm changing now and not holding women accountable. Go watch my Why Am I Against the MGTOW video, and you'll see I've been saying this shit in 2017. If you're a man and you're not about your shit today and you're not getting to the paper, you're going to get more and more less seen. As far as going overseas, as more guys do it, guess what happens? The bar over there raises. So as that gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and more guys trot their ass to Thailand and Colombia, guess what happens? The bar raises. Because now you got rich guys going over there and doing that. Because of the passport bros. Fucking one of the G Unit guys, he wears a passport bro short shirt. Not Cameron, he's a passport bro. They've gotten on the passport bro thing now because they like the women over there more submissive. So guess what? As more Camerons and more I can't think of that guy in G Unit. He wears a passport bro shirt. I can't think his name. Tony Yayo. He wears a passport bro shirt. So as this thing gets more and more bigger to the passport bros, the only thing happens is those women start to raise their standards. So y'all guys might have a little fun with the passport bro thing now, but it's just a matter of time for guys who are more richer than you start trotting their ass over there. And guess what you got over there in the Philippines now? Now these bitches become hypergamous, and now all they ass shooting at these guys. No matter where you fucking go, you can run your ass to goddamn Alaska for all I... Listen, at the end of the day, you guys are going to have to boss up if you want to mate or just go on your own way. Because the day of just being a nice middle-class guy who makes a nice, stable, living career, women don't even see you no more these days. Women don't even see you no more these days. When I first came on YouTube, that's all I used to talk about. But as with anything, you know, if you want to make a living on YouTube, you have to talk about a variety of things. I just can't sit over here and talk about get on your grind, self-improvement. Nobody want to hear 10 years of self-improvement talk. So you don't hear me talk about it as much now because I know I had to evolve the topics and have a wide range of topics. But if any of you guys go back and watch like my first 100, 150 videos, all I used to talk about was self-improvement and purpose. I just don't talk about it that much no more because I know that talk's going to get old. I knew I had to evolve and expand my topics. Couldn't just sit around and talk about get on your purpose every day, forever and a day, and think guys going to want to hear that same shit. But it's the same principle, guys. You have to get on your purpose. You have to boss up. Most women don't see you these days. So you're not even viable for marriage. So why marriage rates have plummeted? Most guys are not even on the radar. You're not even, guys, it's only going to get worse. I'm just telling you right now, it's only going to get worse. Social media has given women access to guys that they normally back in the day couldn't have got access to. So they would have had to settle for that 40 or 50 or $60,000 a year now. Now they're aspiring for more. Plus, they hear other women talk all this talk about why settle, why settle. So most women in their head now has head on their head that I'm not settling. I deserve this. We can sit over here and cry and complain about how entitled they are all they want to. At the end of the day, shit ain't changing. So what are you going to fucking do about it? I said that on Why I'm Against the MGTOW video. That was 2017. Here we is now, 6-7 years later, and I'm telling you to say the same shit. What are you going to do about it? It ain't gonna get no better. If you think you're gonna run your ass and get your passport, yeah, you might do that and it might work for another 2 years. But it's just a matter of time before bigger ballers start taking their ass over there and monopolizing their ass over there. It's just a matter of time. You give it time. I knew the passport brother days was over as soon as I saw Tony Yayo with a passport brother shirt and Cameron talking about he a passport bro. I said, oh, I give him 2 more years and it's just a matter of time before ain't millionaires are flying their ass to Colombia and the Philippines and those bitches over there get just as hypergamous and entitled as the bitches here. Watch what I tell you. And I want y'all to bookmark me saying this in 2-3 years from now when the passport bros gonna be like, the bitches overseas changed. No shit, Sherlock. When you got entertainers walking around with passport bros shirts on, what the hell you think gonna happen? Next, guys, women don't demand it like they used to. Guys, it used to be once upon a time, guys, you had to shit or get off the pot. Women gave you a certain amount of time, and if you hadn't proposed, they moved on. All this long relationships, guys, I'm telling you right now, guys, I used to train in New York City. And talking to one of my clients, he's a millionaire stockbroker. He had a girlfriend when I first started training him, then he lost her. And then I knew why he lost him. And I said, what happened? You wouldn't marry? And he didn't confirm, but he just smiled. Dude, you dated the girl for 3 years. She was an attractive woman. Guys, I don't even find white women attractive because they just not thick enough for me. I like thicker women. I know most of you guys like petite women. I like thicker women. I like women with some meat on their bones. That's just me. That's my fucking preference. You know, I know I'm not allowed to have a fucking preference. I'm supposed to like what you like. What get your dick hard is supposed to get my fucking dick hard, motherfucker. But anyway, but she was beautiful. And she left him without him confirming, but I bought it up and he just smiled, which lets me know that that's probably was pretty accurate. He didn't get married. He didn't propose. She probably was coming to him with it, and she moved on with her life despite him being a millionaire. My other client that I trained, I was talking about how they got married, and she basically told me, she said, what are we doing here? She told me, she said, what are we doing here? That's what she told me. And so basically, guys, the point being is women don't demand it like they used to. You used to get about 6 months to a year, give or take, to at least be engaged. At least it used to be like 6 months to be engaged, a year to be married, in that realm. Now, you had other people who were poor who wanted to get married, but they couldn't afford to get married, right? But now these women let you date them 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You used to couldn't get away with that shit. You used to not could get away with that. A woman used to would leave you. She would make you shit or get off the pot. Now you can just string these bitches along and sell it. You couldn't do that back in the day. So women demand for it has dropped. They don't demand it like they used to. Next, guys, society pressure has changed. Society it's not that societal pressure no more to be married. It used to be like for a man, right? At least for a man. It's like, and a woman, it's like y'all living in sin. It's like y'all living together, y'all playing house. And I told y'all guys, the girl that I was talking, that I would have got married to, when her granddaddy was helping us move to another apartment, he asked me in the truck when we was moving, he said, when are y'all gonna stop living in sin? And I told him to talk to her. She the one that wanted this big fancy wedding. And he said, oh man, y'all could do that later. But the point being is, that's the way it used to be. Now this is like maybe 20 years ago, 2003, 2004, maybe 2003. And so, but he was like when y'all gonna stop living in sin? The point being, guys, is society it's not the stickler no more. It used to be once upon a time how society has changed. A woman couldn't date around like she would be called slutty, even if she was not sleeping with the guys. A woman, to protect her image, a woman only could date one guy at a time unless she was, promiscuous. She only could date, not sleep, only date one guy around. If she multi-dated, she would look at it, people would assume, you sleeping with all those guys, you fucking slut. Now she might not even be sleeping with them, but it just was a bad look for a woman to go on multiple dates with multiple guys. Now women have been trained that, hey, you need to have options. You should date other men too and not put all your eggs in the one basket. So society pressure on these types of things, cohabitation, multi-dating, they have changed. It's almost looked as in dating as in you should do it. Back in the day, if you was a man and you was going on multiple dates, even if you was not sleeping with the women, you were considered a playboy. Even if you was not sleeping with them, just going on multiple dates. If you were dating 2 or 3 women at a time, not in a relationship with 2 or 3 women, dating, now it's accepted. You should date multiple people at a time. The same thing goes with the society pressure of marriage. It's no longer if you see a couple that has a kid and they not married, it don't even blow your mind to be like, oh my God, he won't even marry her. Back in the day, that was a thing. Oh man, you need to make an innocent a woman out of my daughter or my sister. That don't even hold true no more. It's like just accepted that's just the way it is. It's just that society pressure on it has changed. A man used to feel these pressures too. A man used to feel it from other friends and other stuff to be a family man. Like you see somebody like LeBron James, right? Kevin Hart, The Rock. These guys, for their sponsorship and their brand, they had to get married. LeBron James could not be married. He could not. He has to be married for his brand and for his image. For the image that he projects, he has to be married. Just like the president. You'll never in your life see a president get elected without being married. You're never going to see a bachelor president. You're never going to see it. So the point being, guys, is society pressure don't have that same stickler on that image no more of, he's immature, he's not a family man and all that type of stuff. Next, guys, no fault divorce. It's no longer, it lost its prestige. Thank you, Ronald Reagan, by the way. It lost its prestige. It used to be to death do us part. Now it's to me and you have an argument and we don't want to see each other no more. That ain't used to be the way it is. Back in the day, you had to work on that shit. Now, all it takes is one of the people in the relationship to say irreconcilable differences. And that's it. That's all you need. That used to didn't work before no fault divorce. Y'all had to work that shit out. So now you just have an easy out. Back in the day, the marriage was a contract that couldn't be broken. Y'all had to figure the shit out. Unless, obviously you got some spouse. Usually, not all the time, usually there's somebody in the divorce who wants out more than the other. we know who that someone is. It's usually the woman, right? That wants out of the divorce, right? And so back in the day, unless she could show the man beat her or cheating on her, you couldn't get out of that damn divorce. No fault divorce changed all that. So there's no commitment on the woman's part. And so if the commitment of it all means, and this goes back to the first point about family court. If I'm a guy and I get married and I know that as long as I do everything right, her just saying she fell out of love and wanting to take half and get alimony and all that shit won't work. Because I know it's a real commitment. So unless I fuck up and do something real fucked up to her, I'm protected. When you have no fault divorce, you lose that protection. So even if I'm doing everything right, even if I'm not abusive verbally or physically, I'm not cheating, she just lose love for me after 7 years, then I'm protected. No fault divorce means that even if you do everything right, she can still fuck you up financially. So that's going to disincentivize men to want to get married. Because one person can break the contract and get rewarded for it. And lastly, guys, the paradox of choice. One of the things is going on right now, guys, is with social media and everything the way it is, everybody always thinks there's better around the corner. Nobody wants to commit to a marriage anymore. Particularly women and men too, for the most part. Everybody always thinks that, you know what, if I just hold out a little bit longer, I'll be better. Back in the day, before social media and all this type of stuff here, you met a good girl. See, this is what happens, guys. You have a good girl, right? For my guys that are purple pill and considering marriage. Then you go jump on Instagram. And then you seeing all these hot women. Then you look at your girl, she's a 7. Then you're looking at these girls on Instagram who are 9s and 10s. Now you feel like you'll be selling. Now you like, oh man, shit, I needed one of these hot chicks. Well, opposed to back in the day where you ain't have all this constant flesh in your face and shit like that, you look at other attributes. Well, what happens now? Well, I want the attributes that she got outside of her looks, her intangibles. I want to get those in a dime piece. So then you have this constant flux of where you're never satisfied with what you have. The same goes for the women. You have a good guy, he's making 75, 80 grand a year, but some influencers you follow on Instagram are showing you all these bags that their man bought for them and all these trips he paying for. Oh, and don't forget the private plane trips. So then you look at your $75,000 a year guy and figure like, well, I need to hold out because I think I can do better. So social media, another aspect, it calls the paradox of choice. Nobody's ever satisfied. How many of you guys right now, you start watching the show and then 2, 3, 4 episodes in, you just lose track of it. It was good, but then you got distracted because you saw this other show premiere and then you just kind of lose track on that. And then a year later, you're like, why the fuck did I start watching that show? So many fucking options. The shiny new toy. There's always a shiny new toy. It's always a better movie, a better show in your head. So you can't never stick with shit. It's very rare these days that you can finish a series all the way through it ends. It's usually you're going to fall off the wagon somewhere around season 2 or season 3. Not that the show wasn't good. It's just always a new shiny little toy hanging over here somewhere. So you can't stick with it long enough. That's what we call the paradox of choice, guys. All right, guys. So I hope this helped you guys out. That's why I think marriage has dropped in America. I'll get back with you guys later.